Okay. Hello everyone. Good morning. So, welcome to week 7 of our synchronous session for psych assessment. I would like to request you to turn on your cameras no para magkakitaan din tayo. Good morning. Happy Mondays to everyone. Okay, so it's a brand new week. Sana ay nakapagpahinga tayo no kayo during the weekends. Now, I'll be discussing utility. Okay, this is part of M2. Okay, content. Wait lang. Here. Yan. Okay, at least makita ko kayo. So, welcome to our lesson. We're going to discuss utility, no? Ito yung part na yan. So, before test development, there is a utility lesson chapter in your Cohen and Sworde. So later, I'll be opening the floor for questions dun sa na-post ko na M2 summative exam explained. It is regarding dun sa validation ng gagawin ninyo na instrument. But now, let's begin. Okay, we have the following attendees. You have 8. Okay, we have Jenny, Tresha, Mia, Miara. Okay, sino pa itong mga taong dito? Chloe, JV, Shanine. Okay, good morning, no? Ayan, kisang-kita ko kayo. So, multitask ang peg for today. Ayan. Okay, so now let's proceed with utility. No, let's try to discuss this one. Utility refers to usefulness or practical value of testing to improve efficiency. So, we have already discussed about, di ba, nakapag-discuss na tayo about reliability and validity. So now, utility refers to usefulness, value, no? Ano ba yung practical value nung nakukuha natin na results or information dun sa mga test scores of the test na kinakonduct natin. This will help us make better decisions for our client regarding sa intention niya, let's say adoption, no? And annulment, ganyan, no? Ano pa ba, nagkakaroon siya ng sa employment, ganyan. So if we're going to hire him or not based from the psych results. Higher criterion related validity refers to higher utility. Yan, so basically may equivalent silang dalawa. High criterion, validity equals to higher utility. There is a correlation. One of the most basic elements in utility analysis is financial cost of the selection device. So syempre mahalaga din na yung ginagamit natin na test, no, kumbaga swak talaga siya kasi hindi rin basta-basta. Let's say may mag-hire sa iyo, no, psychometrician ka, may mag-hire sa iyo na isang company para gumawa ng psych evaluation ng mga employees nila. So, syempre yung selection of tools, dun din mag-vary magkano ba yung i-rate mo no sa kanila since ikaw yung service provider. So, ganyan yan basically magkakaroon ng haggling of prices. What I have experienced is most of them, mga HR companies, sumahanap sila ng mas mura. So ako naman, hindi ako pumapayag na ito yung ibibigay ko tapos mura lang yung ibibigay sa akin. So maghanap na lang kayo ng iba na provider na ganito. Since yung work ko naman, gusto niyo na comprehensive tapos ito lang yung amount, so wag na lang, no? Mahanap na lang tayo ng iba. So basically, may value din yung binibigay natin na assessment. Kumbaga, kayo, when you become psychometricians or psychologists, marunong din kayo mag-haggle ng price. Hindi yung basta-basta nagbibigay kayo ng service, mura lang din ibibigay sa inyo. No? So, yun din, ang ano rin yan, parang negosyo din siya, business din talaga siya. Siyempre, okay lang na i-haggle mo, tapos ito lang yung mga selection of tools. So, hindi ganun din kahirap or comprehensive. So, cost refers to the disadvantages, losses, or expenses, both economic and non-economic, no? While benefit is the profit, gain, or advantages nung gagawin mo na assessment tool. So, ang utility, ito na yung practical talaga na value. Okay? So, that the cost of test administration can be well worth if the results is certain non-economic benefits. So, take note of that one. Okay? So, meron talaga siyang factors na ganyan. So, let's read Jenny, no? Utility analysis. Nakapakibasa daw ito, Nak, please.
Utility analysis. Family of techniques that entail a cost-benefit analysis designed to yield information relevant to a decision about the usefulness and or practical value of a tool of assessment.
Oo. So ito na yung mga iba't ibang mga methods para malaman natin yung practical value ng ginagawa, yung tool ng assessment, no, yung test. So how can we conduct this? We can do this through expectancy table. This is to give or to provide an indication that the test taker will score within some interval. Nyari. Ito. Okay. Within some interval of scores on a criterion measure, passing, acceptable or failing. So ang ano lang yan is basically makikita natin dito sino ba yung pumapasa at sino yung hindi pumapasa doon sa ginagawa natin na psych evaluation or assessment. It might be indicate to some future behaviors then if successful the test is working as it should. So para siyang prediction, okay, kumbaga valid yung ginagawa nating assessment kasi dapat talaga yung value niya is swak talaga doon sa prediction ng behavior ng magiging empleyado. Let's say, hindi natin siya pinapasa or yung mga pinapasa natin are very competent. So when they are hired, makikita din talaga doon na yung kanilang competency is magagaling talaga sila. Or let's say we're going to promote someone, no? So yung mga KPIs, ganyan. So part of the measurement of the tool is, okay, sige. Magaling or mataas yung mga scores niya sa mga KPI. So pagdating na dun sa actual performance ng work niya, then most likely is maganda yung tool kasi na-assess mo na maayos and valid. So, yung predictor validity niya, when the time comes, okay, magaling pala tong empleyadong ito. Okay, gets nyo ba yon, no? So, meron tayong may Taylor-Russell's table. So, ito ang mga tools na ginagamit, no? Nasa Cohen ito. This is to provide an estimate of the extent to which inclusion of a particular test in the selection system will improve the selection. So, merong formula na ginagamit dito, si selection ratio is equals to number of hard candidates divided by the total number of candidates. So, ganun lang siya ka-basic, no? Ilan ba yung mga nasa-select? So, yun yung value ng selection table. Numerical value that reflects relationship between the number of people that are hired and the number of people available to be hired. Okay? So, yun yung nakukuha sa test natin. While based rates is the percentage of people hired under the existing system for a particular position. Okay, so yun ha. Base rate ang tawag doon. Ang limitation ni Taylor-Russell is that the relationship between the predictor, the test, and the criterion must be linear. So basically, dapat merong relationship din, no? Linear yung kanilang relationship sa bawat isa. No? Si test and si criterion. Kumbaga, hindi siya may convergence, no? Hindi siya magkahiwalay. No? May correlation, ganun. Si Naylor-Shines naman, ito, no, this entails obtaining the difference between the means of the selected and unselected groups to derive an index of what the test is adding to already established procedure. So, parang supplement na lang si Naylor-Shines. So, ang formula niya is difference, no, of the selected and unselected groups. So, average of the selected groups minus the unselected groups, the average of the unselected groups. So, yun si Naylor-Shines para malaman natin yung practical value ng test na ito. So, yun yung mga sikat, no, actually. Si Taylor-Russell's and si Naylor-Shines. So, again, average of the selected groups minus the average of the unselected groups. So, supplement lang siya. Ano ba yung na-add niya na value dun sa procedure na ng HR? Si Broadgen-Cronbach-Glesher formula naman is used to calculate the dollar amount. Wait lang. Kaya interns mo prior to the deployment of may itinuro sa GMIP. Okay. Sige, sa internship ng mga bata. Okay. Used to calculate the dollar amount of a utility gained resulting from the use of a particular selection instrument. So, we have utility and productive gains, no? Utility gains, ito yung estimate of the benefit of using a particular test. There is a formula for that. And si productivity gains, estimate increase in the work output. So ito naman is basically doon na sa ginagawang trabaho, no? Si productivity gains. So kung nag-aaral kayo, maganda na may mga terminologies na lang kayong pinipick up, no? Para hindi din kayo malito ng sobra. So utility, again, yung benefit, no? Equals naman talaga siya sa benefit, while si productivity is yun. Doon na talaga sa work output. Okay, ang kulit. Okay, sige. Some practical considerations. So ito naman, no? High-performing applicants may have been offered in other companies as well. So the more complex the job, the more people differ on how well or poorly they do that job. So, yun yung mga kailangan nating i-consider din. Okay? So, the more complex, so syempre, basically, the more people differ. So, mas kailangan may sala talaga. No? Kagaya na lang sa board exams. So, hindi naman lahat pinapasa, no? So, the more complex yung trabaho or the more so syempre, the more people differ. So, meron talagang disparity sa scores nila. So, kasi doon natin malalaman yung competencies ba na hindi kaya ng lahat. Iba-iba yung scores din natin. So, cut score. So, you've learned about this sa criterion, no? Related validity. Si cut score is the reference point derived as a result of judgment and used to divide a set of data. So, may mga types of cut score or mga classifications. So, si daw, Trisha, can you read this first two up until sa fixed cut scores?
Relative cut score, reference point based on norm-related considerations. Norm reference, example, NMAT. Fixed cut scores, set with reference to a judgment concerning minimum level of proficiency required. Examples, board exams.
So, yun, no? So, si relative cut score, let's say, yung sa NMAT, no? NMAT, no? So, basically, may reference point siya dun sa norm, no? Dun basically sa, NMAT is sa med school, di ba? If I'm not mistaken. So, medical administration, forgot. Then si fixed cut score, ito naman, yung reference niya is minimum level of proficiency. So example will be the PSLE, PSLE ba yon? And PMLLE. Yung PMLE, yun na yung tawag sa BLEP, di ba? Ngayon, so psychometrician licensure exam and si PSLE psychologist licensure examinations. So, may fixed cut scores daw, sila, no? But naniniwala pa rin ako na norm reference ang board exams. Hindi siya fixed cut scores. Kumbaga nagbe-base pa rin sa pinakamataas na nakakuha ng score na yon. Relatively cut score, ito naman may norm-related considerations daw. So ito na yung based dun sa pinakamataas na nakakuha nung score na yon and the such. Si fixed cut score, very basic to sa mga quiz, ganyan, exams. Diba ito yung passing grade natin is, sir, ano yung passing rate or passing grade? Sabihin ko 60, ganyan, over 100. So, yun yung fixed cut scores. So, hindi na siya, madili na siya matarog ba? Multiple cut scores naman is, marami yung cut scores with a reference to one predictor for the purpose of categorization. So, maraming mga iba't ibang subscales. And doon makikita natin yung scores sa bawat scales. Kaya multiple yung cut scores kasi malalaman natin doon, madiderive natin ano yung scores niya sa bawat scales. Kumbaga, hiwa-hiwalay siya, segregated. And again, yung kanyang purpose din is to categorize. Asang ka ditong personality, ano yung personality type mo, ganyan. May certain cut scores para malaman yun. Multiple hurdle naman, yan, hindi naman to ganun kahaba class, no? Yung utility. Multiple hurdle naman is multi-stage selection process wherein a cut score is in place for each predictor. So, yun si multiple hurdle. And si compensatory model of selection is an assumption that high scorers on one attribute can compensate for lower scorers. So let's say nakakuha ka na malaking score sa ganitong scale na yon, no? So um, kaya niyang ano ba, i-compensate yung mga low scores mo. Kumbaga, mawawala na rin ng ganong kumbaga, maki-carry over niya yung performance mo dun sa ibang pool. May mga ganong mga procedures or attributes yung mga test na nako-considered or may compensatory siya na process na. Kahit balit yung score mo na ganito, let's say, sa aspect na ito, pero napakataas nung isa, so mataas masyado, or hindi na ganun ka-affected yung isang factor kasi hindi naman considered as kailangan competency, hindi pantay-pantay dapat yung cut scores ng bawat isa. So, ito total nila lahat ng scores mo sa bawat aspect na yan. Ganyan class sa ibang test. Let's say, ang taas ng ethics ko sa isang test, pero when it comes to validity, reliability, ang baba ko doon. But yung total score ko is, kahit ang baba ko doon, kayang hilahin ni ethics scores ko yung mga naging low scores ko sa validity. Gets niyo ba yung point na yon? So, yun yung compensatory model of selection. So, as one yung score niya dyan, usually. Kaya niyang talbugan or i-cover up, no, yung mga maliliit ninyo na scores. So, ganun siya class, no? Sige, let's have here methods for setting cut scores. We have the Angoff method of setting fixed cut scores. Ayan. So, dito class, ang alam ko dito, low in yung sa validity, no? Inter-rater validity. So, usually, may mga groups tayong ina-assign or SME, subject matter experts, para malaman kung ano yung cut scores nito. Ito naman in determining yung cut scores. So, meron tayong mga tao na kinukuha, no? Isa dyan is in known groups method. It's a collection of data on the predictor of interest from group known to possess and not possess a trait of interest. So that is in known groups method. Okay. So yan. So whether meron ka or wala ka, no, nung ganong klaseng trait. So usually, let's say sa isang group na psychology kayo lahat, then bibigyan kayo ng test whether you have the potential or not to be on that kind of program. Ganon. So, it is the determination of where to set the cut score is inherently affected by the composition of contrasting groups. So, dyan na, no, malalaman na natin, part siya ng test development, itong pagsiset ng cut scores. Especially kapag mga entrance examinations or kapag may mga certain test, no, NMAT, ganyan. Whether meron kang potential to proceed on medicine or law school, may mga ganung cut scores, no, based on dun sa mga binibigay na test. Si IRT naman, dito naman, cut scores are typically set based on test takers' performance across all the items of the test. So, kino-compare yung mga items, no, doon sa test na yon. We have item mapping method and bookmark method. Ito naman, sige. Miara, pwede mo bang basahin itong dalawang ito na? Tapos I will explain. Si item mapping. Okay. Sige, para siguro. Sige, si ano na lang. Shanine, Nak, can you read this to Nak? Item mapping and bookmark method.
Item mapping method. Arrangement of items in histogram with each column containing items with deemed to be equivalent value. Bookmark method. Expert places bookmark between the two pages that are deemed to separate test takers who have acquired the minimal knowledge, skills, and or abilities from those who are not.
Ayan, no? Yan yung dalawa na mga methods on setting cut scores. So, pwedeng through histograms, no? Nagkakaroon siya ng mga items na gano'n. No? And si bookmark naman, ito klasa on setting cut scores to. So, part siya ng test development, no? Hindi siya yung actual test taking. So, ganyan. So, pwedeng, ito yung method si item mapping. May certain mga graphs, histograms, no? Containing the items with an equivalent value para mas madali kang makapag-decide ano yung cut score. Si bookmark naman, 2 pages that are deemed to separate test takers who have acquired the minimal knowledge. So, kumbaga, i-bookmark mo, no, yung tingin nyo, yung isang test taker na meron talaga siyang gano'n na performance para ma-compare mo siya doon ma-contrast mo siya doon sa ibang test takers, whether papasahin ba natin or hindi. So, part siya ng test development talaga. Itong mga bagay na to. So, this is to know, especially intelligence or mga entrance exam, aptitude test, no, ganyan. Sa isang program or sa isang trabaho, minsan, no. So, yan, method of predictive yield, number of positions to be filled up. Ito yung whether ilan ba yung kukunin natin, no, na employees. So, with that, dun tayo magbe-base kung ano yung gagawin natin na selection process. While discriminant analysis to shed light on the relationship between identified variables and two naturally occurring groups. Ayan. So, para malaman din natin yung difference, yung pagkakaiba, no, ng dalawang groups na tatanggapin natin or we're going to reject based dun sa performance niya sa test. So, ito, I think, definition to lahat sa Cohen, no? So, alamin niyo lang talaga, i-process niyo yung mga definition para hindi kayo malito, no? Be more familiar lang of the methods, the IRT and yung mga terms na yan. So, do you have questions? That is the end of utility. Hindi siya ganun kahaba, no? Do you have some questions? So, itanong, you can raise your hand, no, para at least makita ko kayo. Sige, akala niyo hindi ko check yung attendance niyo, ha. Jenny, Trisha, sulat ko nga, be. Mia, 10 na lang kayo, no? Wala na yung iba. Diyos ko, Lord, asa na kayo? Okay. Promise class, meron talagang bearing yung inyong attendance. Hindi lang to char-char, ha, na wala akong ginagawa. Trisha, Chloe, Shanine, Mian, no? Wala na talaga yung iba. Sige, ngayon naman, I'll be opening the floor for questions dun sa ginawa ko na explanation of the summative exam. Come on.